A 3-year legal battle between Ghana and its western neighbor Cote d'Ivoire over a maritime boundary where Ghana is currently undertaking oil exploitation. Ghana has insisted the area in dispute has for decades been recognized by both countries as belonging to Ghana until the announcement of oil discovery in the Cape 3 Points enclave. Unsuccessful attempts to use diplomatic negotiations to resolve the impasse left Ghana with no choice than to initiate the action. Ahead of the special chamber's decision, Joy News begins the build-up with a wrap on the journey so far. Joseph Akable joins us in the studio. Joseph, so what led Ghana to seek to resolve this matter as the ITLOS?
Well, so as Ghana presented to the special chamber, they say that for almost half a decade, around some 50 years, both countries have agreed in various forms, either through maps that they have developed and presented to oil companies that want to exploit oil, or through communication between the countries. They've admitted that that area belongs to Ghana. That is Ghana's side of the story. So they say that sometime in 2007, when we discovered oil in commercial quantities and announced, right after that, they began to get communication from Cote d'Ivoire that that area belongs to them, for which reason they were making a claim that the area should be given to them. And Ghana tried. Ghana says that for about 4 years, they held more than 10 negotiations with Cote d'Ivoire trying to resolve the issue. They couldn't resolve it amicably. Both parties couldn't abandon their strict position, for which reason Ghana decided that it's appropriate to take the matter to ITLOS to settle it once and for all.
So the position of Ghana is that we've always had this, and Cote d'Ivoire recently came in and said this is ours. Does
Yes.
Cote d'Ivoire agree with this assertion?
They disagree entirely. In fact, they say that, what we need to understand is that this is offshore, so it's in the sea. Now, if it's supposed to be a land, you have countries developing something on land, so it is very easy for a country to assert that this part of the land belongs to me. But for the sea, most countries do not care about it until they find out that there are some resources at the sea that they need to have access to. So Cote d'Ivoire's argument was that sometime in 1988, when they decided to undertake exploitation offshore, they then contacted Ghana that it was important that we both come and decide what the extent of our boundaries are. They say that Ghana showed up, but right afterwards Ghana failed to cooperate with them to ensure that they were clear in their minds what the boundary should be. They again say that in 1992 Ghana contacted them and presented proposals as to what, in their opinion, were the boundaries. They started engaging Ghana. Then right after a point in time, Ghana pulled out again. They said shortly after they lost their president, they had years of unstable governance system in place, for which reason it was very difficult for them to pursue that matter. Then in 2007, when they felt they were gaining some stability, they just heard that Ghana had announced that they had discovered oil in that area. At that point, they say they wrote to Ghana to alert Ghana that you should be clear in your mind that this is an area that we've been engaging you for close to 20 years, and we've not agreed on it. So don't go ahead and undertake exploitation. Come and let's resolve it. They continued engaging Ghana, even though Ghana went ahead to undertake the exploitation, and up to now, the matter is before ITLOS. So they are clear in their mind that when you use their opinion as to how to determine a boundary, they are clear in their minds that where Ghana is currently operating will belong to them. It's not the entire area, it's a part of the area, but a substantial amount of exploitation is being undertaken in that area. In
that area that Cote d'Ivoire is claiming belongs to them.
Yes.
Now, you were referring to the fact that if you use their mode of measuring, that suggests maybe that they have a different way of measuring the boundary, and we also have a different way of measuring the boundary.
So there are two things. The first one has to do with an equidistance method. Now, that method simply says that when you have two countries and you identify a median line, that this is the line that is between the two countries, it extends to the sea line such that at any point when you measure from that median line straight to the baseline, it should be equal. So that is what Ghana is advancing as the argument, because Cote d'Ivoire seem to agree that there's this famous BP 55, the boundary post 55, that both countries seem to agree that that is the boundary between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. So they are saying that Ghana is saying...
Is that on land or in the sea?
That is on land.
Okay.
So Ghana is saying that when you extend the BP 55 from the land straight out, naturally the laws on the sea allows that some 200 nautical miles out, a country has access to it. But this area you're looking at goes beyond 200. You can still have access to it, so it's beyond the 200 that you need to use either the equidistance method or the angle bisector method. Now we are using the equidistance, saying that if you move from the BP 55 to the sea, at any point it should be equal to that level.
Okay.
Now their argument is that due to the nature of the land, it makes it difficult. They are saying that the continental shelf is not smooth, among others. Their coastline, they say, is concave, unlike ours that appears to be a bit of a convex. So they are saying that if you use the equidistance, it means that Ghana will be getting more of the area than them. So in their opinion, they think that it should be the angle bisector that makes it easier and makes it fair for such a system to be used. So if you use their system, the land ends up belonging to them. That area belongs to them. And if you use our system, it belongs to us. So that is the main issue that is in contention. Now, the bit about the agreements, they are clear in their mind that we do not agree on those two issues, for which reason they have been engaging Ghana over the years and they are making their case.
You are making me wish I paid more attention in the technical drawing classes when earlier. But then finally, how far has this case traveled? We understand Ghana has in the past been stopped from carrying out any exploration.
What they actually sought to do right after the proceedings itself commenced, what Cote d'Ivoire tried to do, they argued before the special chamber that Ghana should be prevented from, in fact, they asked that Ghana should suspend all oil exploitation currently ongoing because they say that oil is something that can't run out. So if you're exploiting it, they are fighting over it. What if eventually they say that it belongs to us, in which case there's nothing for us to tap into? So those were the arguments they advanced. But Ghana disagreed, said that we had pumped millions of cedis into that endeavor, so we cannot suspend it and hold on, especially when investors have put in their money, they have agreements with Ghana. It will only lead to judgment debts, among others. So the court, the chamber did agree that if that is the case, don't dig new drills. Just allow the wells that you have. Go ahead and pursue those wells, but the remaining ones, don't touch them till we resolve the matter once and for all. So that was a decision that favored Ghana back then. But now the bigger one will be what the court will say finally as to whether it agrees with our measurement or that of Cote d'Ivoire.
And that would be on the 23rd?
Yes, that will be on Saturday.
That will be on Saturday. Well, thank you very much, Joseph Akable, for bringing us that update on the ITLOS ruling that is to come on Saturday.